Once they reached the ford where the river runs clear, the strong, whirling Xanthus, sprung of immortal Zeus, Hermes went his way to the steep heights of Olympus as dawn flung out her golden robe across the earth, and the two men, weeping, groaning, drove the team toward Troy, and the mules brought on the body. No one saw them at first, neither man nor woman, none before Cassandra, golden as goddess Aphrodite. She had climbed to Pergamus heights, and from that point she saw her beloved father swaying tall in the chariot, flanked by the herald, whose cry could rouse the city. And Cassandra saw him, too, drawn by the mules and stretched out on his bier. She screamed, and her scream rang out through all Troy. "Come, look down, you men of Troy, you Trojan women. Behold Hector now. If you ever once rejoiced to see him striding home alive from battle, he was the greatest joy of Troy and all her people." Her cries plunged Troy into uncontrollable grief, and not a man or woman was left inside the walls. They streamed out at the gates to meet Priam bringing in the body of the dead. Hector, his loving wife and noble mother were first to fling themselves on the wagon rolling in, the first to tear their hair, embrace his head, and a wailing throng of people milled around them. And now, all day long, till the setting sun went down, they would have wept for Hector there before the gates, if the old man, steering the car, had not commanded, "Let me through with the mules. Soon, in a moment, you can have your fill of tears, once I've brought him home." So he called, and the crowds fell back on either side, making way for the wagon. Once they had borne him into the famous halls, they laid his body down on his large carved bed, and set beside him singers to lead off the laments, and their voices rose in grief. They lifted the dirge high as the women wailed in answer, and white-armed Andromache led their songs of sorrow, cradling the head of Hector, man-killing Hector gently in her arms. "Oh, my husband, cut off from life so young, you leave me a widow, lost in the royal halls, and the boy only a baby, the son we bore together, you and I, so doomed. I cannot think he will ever come to manhood. Long before that the city will be sacked, plundered top to bottom. Because you are dead, her great guardian, you who always defended Troy, who kept her loyal wives and helpless children safe, all who will soon be carried off in the hollow ships, and I with them. And you, my child, will follow me to labor somewhere at harsh, degrading work, slaving under some heartless master's eye. That, or some Achaean marauder will seize you by the arm and hurl you headlong down from the ramparts. Horrible death! Enraged at you because Hector once cut down his brother, his father, or his son. Yes, hundreds of armed Achaeans gnawed the dust of the world, crushed by Hector's hands. Your father, remember, was no man of mercy, not in the horror of battle, and that is why the whole city of Troy mourns you now, my Hector. You've brought your parents accursed tears and grief, but to me most of all you've left the horror, the heartbreak. For you never died in bed and stretched your arms to me, or said some last word from the heart I can remember, always weeping for you through all my nights and days.